Hey guys, I want to tell you guys my story, a little bit condensed version, because a lot of you guys are friends with me and you guys fuck with me on here, and I want to tell you guys where I've came from. And so I wasn't always this cool, right? And so when I was younger, I was super into drugs. I was not a very good person, and I was doing a lot of things, that were not very good. And how I got to this place before. So, first of all, I was really having into drugs and stuff when I met my husband. We were both 19. And eventually I moved into a barn with him, and we lived in a barn for a while. And had to mature and grow and everything. And I didn't think that I could have children because my doctor told me like I couldn't. And so I didn't think that was ever a possibility. But I went down the road of doing a lot of new age stuff, doing like witchcraft and like trying to force it, right? To force to have children, um, doing all kinds of like witchcraft stuff. And I was super into that. And actually, I was actually a pretty like well known psychic, doing psychic readings, doing tarot readings for people, which I do regret doing that. But yes, does it work? Yes. But is there repercussions? Yes. And I was doing that for years. I was helping people and, doing the psychic thing, channeling demons. I was doing all of that. And, you know, they know a lot, but there's repercussions that come with it. And so one day, after doing all that for years, I did have children and everything, and there are repercussions that came with it. And then one day I just thought, well, I just want to read the Bible for some reason. And so I read the Bible. I read the New Testament 2 times. So I read the New Testament, then the Old Testament, then the New Testament, and I read the Bible, and it changed me. It changed my heart. It changed my life. It changed everything about me. And I threw all of my New Age stuff away. I threw it in the garbage. And that day, there was a bunch of crows that were here, and they all flew away. Like, it was very, like, dramatic, okay? And this is who I am. This is where I've came from. This is who I am now. I wasn't always this way, okay? So whenever people see that, like, oh, you're kind of like an extremist for Jesus, yes, but I didn't always be this way. I was not always this way. And I used to work for the other guy, 100%. And I didn't know it, but it was kind of, you're manipulated and think that, that you're doing the right thing, you're helping people or whatever. But after I read the Bible, it changed my life. And I know a lot of you guys are not really into Jesus and stuff, and that's cool. And I'm not trying to push it on to people, but this is my story. This is my experience. And it changed my life. And this is why I'm a little heavy on the Jesus vibe, because it felt more real to me than anything ever. Once I read that Bible, it felt way more real to me than any of that stuff that I was doing before with all the witchcraft and like the crystals and the moon spells and all that kind of stuff. It was more like real to me. And this is who I am. And I'm just trying to let you guys know, like, I know people want to be friends with me and stuff. So I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, who I am. And if you're not cool with it, that's fine. Like, I'm not trying to push it on people. But this is where I've came from. This is where I'm at now. And this is why I need to have, like, fish keeping and stuff, like cool, chill hobbies to do. Because it helps bring me peace. It brings me, back to being more like in nature and chill. And I'm just letting you guys know a little bit about me, a little bit of my story. There's a lot more to my story, but I'm not going to give you guys all the details. But this is like a condensed version. And this is why I am the way that I am. And sometimes, like, people do mention they don't really like, oh, you got these stickers on your tank about Jesus and stuff. I understand it, okay? I get it. I used to be one of those people who didn't really like that kind of stuff, but this is who I am now, and it's just a really big part of my life, and I wasn't always this way. I wasn't. So there was a big change in my life just a few years ago, and before that, I was a witch. I was doing witchcraft. I was doing crazy stuff. I was actually very well known in the New Age community. I was like doing psychic readings, talking to demons, doing like this demonic language would come through me and stuff like that. Doing tarot card readings. I had my own set of tarot cards that I created, and I was like very heavy into that shit, like for real, like real heavy. Um, and I'm not into it anymore, and I've changed my life, and this is where I'm at. But I'm not pushing that on anybody. I really am not. I don't care. If you guys choose other things, that's fine. But my experience is just, this is my experience, and this is why sometimes whenever you guys see me like maybe post some stuff that's kind of more like Christian vibes, that's just who I am now, and like I can't fake it. I can't just like not be that way. Like it's just changed my life so much that it's just where I'm at, and I don't care if anybody just hates me for that, then fine, then I don't really want to mess with you. But I don't have any hate towards anybody. If you guys just live a different lifestyle, that's fine. I respect everybody. But this is my story, and I used to do a lot of really fucked up stuff. And so now I'm just more at peace and having a nice, boring little life, and I would like that. That's what I would like. Not a lot of crazy stuff. I've had a lot of crazy stuff happen in the past, and like trauma, a lot of trauma and drama. And I like to have a nice, peaceful life. So this is my story. This is where I'm at. And you guys can love me or hate me. It is what it is. And I still got love for you. I don't have no hate for nobody. Do whatever you want to do, but this is my story. This is my experience. And it's just all I got. I'm just real about it. I'm not pushing it on nobody, but if people are interested and they relate to me for that reason, then cool. We can be friends or whatever. I can be friends with you guys even if you guys are not into all the Jesus stuff. I'm still pretty cool bitch, okay? I'm just saying. This is my story. And I haven't always been so super cool. I used to have a lot of problems. I used to do a lot of my other hobbies before I did fish keeping was not super appropriate, like pole dancing or hula hooping and like doing all this witchcraft stuff. And now I've really settled down and I'm a lot more chill. So this is who I am. And if you guys, I know there's a lot of people who they like to be cool with me and stuff on here, and I'm just telling you guys this is who I am. So if you're not cool with it, now's a good time to dip out if you need to, because I respect you guys. If you don't want to fuck with me, I do. I respect you guys. Do whatever you want to do, but this is who I am, and I'm just letting you guys know a little bit more about me and being a little more open. So it is what it is. That's just a tiny bit of the story. Like, there's a lot more details, okay? But I'm trying to give you the condensed version. Peace out.